Hey there everyone, welcome back to Dark Souls 3. It is time for a new DLC. Finished up Ashes of Ariandel last time, and with the way that my uploading schedule goes, probably I'm just going to be posting this like right after the previous episodes, so not really any wait time in between. We are going to be going into the final DLC, which is also supposedly the final Souls game content. See if that ends up being true or not. Anyways, the way that you get there are two ways, in fact. One of them is to go from the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. The other is to go from the Kiln of the First Flame. I think for most characters, you're going to go from here if you own the first DLC. Yeah. Now Bonfire here. So here we are. Now, I will say with some enthusiasm that I think this DLC is absolutely fantastic. I was a little bit lukewarm on the previous one, as I think most people were, but this one is just great. Just wonderful. So I'm excited to get going with this one. Welcome to the Dreg Heap. Hello there.
Oh, your head's square on your shoulders, is it? Yeah. I thought that clamoring tin can was the last, but here we go again. What is it you want from this old stone-amped hag? I've nothing for you, not a smithereen. I just like to stand here and take in the view.
I have business with you, though.
Well, that came out of nowhere. You think an old stone-amped hag would be brimming with goodies? I've none of that, not a smithereen.
That's not entirely true, as you can see. I guess I should pop some souls. Let's get this thingy. Those. Need embers. Leave it at that. She has some pretty cool dialogue, actually. Let's check it out.
At the close of the age of fire, all lands meet at the end of the earth. Great kingdoms and anemic townships will be one and the same. The great tide of human enterprise, all for naught. That's why I'm so taken by this grand sight. This must be what it's like to be a god.
That's actually really cool. So, essentially what she's saying is that at the end of the world, which is pretty much what has happened when we linked the fire and everything, everything's destroyed and ruined. The accomplishments of man, all for naught. Everybody's equal. And looking out over this must be what it feels like to be a god. That's a really cool line.
Oh, if you just can't stop yourself, at least hear this. Far below, there's a deep, dark hole carved out of a tree. From time to time, voices brim from the depths of the cavity even now. Mutterings of the very demon that Prince Lorien spoke of, I'm sure. Horrible sounds of an afflicted thing, yet cursing men. At the close...
Okay.
Keep you at least.
So, there's a demon down there. We gotta slay it. Now, how original. Now, this is kind of cool. Remember Gale from the previous DLC? He sort of guides us along through this. So, I have beaten this DLC once, and I think I know where pretty much everything is, so the goal is to get through this without really missing anything. Hopefully I don't miss anything. Anyways, what you'll find is that all these areas that have ash here, you can drop down to and not actually take damage. Now, I've got the cat ring on anyway, because there are some areas where you do take damage, but, well. Anyways, let's run in. Pretty good damage. And you'll notice I have the Gold Serpent on, because unlike in the previous DLC, in this one there are a reasonable number of things that you do actually have to farm for. Now we're going to try some of the new weapons, I think, but this one is still by far my favorite. So the way that you stop these dudes from spawning in is you kill the ones with the staves, I guess. No more spawning for them. There's a pretty neat item up here. We'll go grab it. The easiest way to deal with those guys. And one thing you will find is that pretty much every enemy in here drops Titanite chunks. So I've actually done this. If you come in here with a pretty low-level character, you can max out your equipment really easily. Alright, so check this thing out. Fortunately, I have all of my stats, if you recall, in Strength and Dex. Good news is you can still use the weapon art, so it's a dagger. It has kind of a cool moveset, but when you L2, that's when things get pretty cool. Now I can basically do new stuff, and it extends to like longsword range. And that just looks really cool. No idea if it's any good, but honestly, I'm never really that concerned about whether a weapon is good if it's, you know, fun to use. Fortunately, the Black Knight sword is both, but anyways, let's move on. Oh, look, an item. Hey, 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 get off, get off. I don't know if that actually kills them. I think it does. Should be another one. Oh. Anyways, we don't really need to waste our time killing these guys. I don't think these ones actually drop anything. Murky Hand Scythe is sort of like just a little hand sickle that has dark damage. Alright, these guys. The angels are a little bit scary. I forgot there was an item over there. Goal here is not actually to kill them, but to kill the thing controlling them. There is an item around the corner over there. My first time through, I saw it and just rushed over there, but it's really hard to do that without taking hits, so I'm gonna resolve this situation first. Okay, notice he's been buffed. You gotta be a little bit careful. Didn't quite kill him, did it? Nope. That one did. Huh, interesting. Okay. So as we walk through here, that's actually going to open up another path, but first, This dude. That's how you kill the angels. The good news is these guys do not respawn, so once he's done, he's done. Another thing that I'm really excited about this DLC, in addition to just the gameplay and the bosses, of which there are several, more than 2, is the number of armor sets. There are quite a few, and they all look pretty cool. How about that, huh? Steel protection +3. So yes, you do get some +3 rings in here. Which means that going to second playthrough now for stronger rings is kind of pointless. Unless you're just after the achievement, but, well. I think I'm going to actually listen to this sign. This one. Because there's not really any reason to linger in here. Murky Longstaff is what they're using. Now, one thing you're going to notice as we go through here is that these areas tend to be versions of other areas that we've seen. So this should look familiar. This is actually where we would be going down that way to get to Grey Rat. Or, not exactly, because this looks like where we find the, hold that thought. So this is where, if we were in Lothar... Uh-oh. Bear with me here. This is that spell, actually, that they're using, which is kind of cool. So anyways, we would be walking in here, and there would be a Lothric Knight with a spear. Go down that way. So it's sort of like jumbled and everything's messed up, which is kind of neat. Kick down our ladder, and a rather wonderful item right here. Yeah. So actually, it'd be worth coming here at a low level just to grab this, because that's going to be really, really nice for a low-level character. Okay, we can go back now. You'll notice that thing knocked this open. And meet a new NPC. This guy's rather wonderful, and the ending of his quest is just one of the most beautiful things in a Souls game.
Oh, look at you. You've got your head screwed on correct. Fantastic. To meet a kindred spirit on this god's forsaken crag. Call me Lap. I can't remember my real name, so let's just go with that. I have a feeling we're going to make a fabulous team. Oh, you'll see. You'll see. Oh, in all honesty, there's something I should tell you. I'm hollow. Yes. I try to play it off, but I haven't a clue about my past, who I was, or what I lived for. Not even my own blessed name. That's why I've come here, searching for the Purging Monument. Said to be in the Ringed City, where the pygmies who found the Dark Soul at the Dawn of Fire reside. All I can say is, those little stones aren't doing much to help me remember anymore. Well, that's the long and short of it. So if I completely forget who you are, don't be wroth with me. Come on. What else can I say? I'm a bloody hollow, for heaven's sake. Well,
So he is going hollow. He's forgetting who he is, and he's looking for a purging monument, which is said to cure hollowing, so to cure the curse. Yeah, that was a terrible roll. You know, probably don't really need this thing. It's not helping me all that much, so, yeah, let's just put this on. Alright, here's a weird one. Remember what I said? If you fall into ashes, you don't take damage? Yeah, even without the cat ring, that does not damage you. Kinda weird. R1 spam. Oops. I need to be a little bit more careful. I'm taking quite a bit of damage. In fact, let's just grab that and be on our way. Whoops, thought I killed him with that one. Projected heal is a little bit different than most healing spells. You actually chuck it at a distance, sort of like emit force, but it actually heals. So you can do it to sort of heal your allies at range, although you do have to aim it, so I don't know how useful it actually ends up being. But it does heal for quite a bit. That's what those guys are using. Here. You can actually get the same effect from the weapon art. It's an increase in damage. Now you have to keep the thing out, because if you put it away, the damage buff actually goes away. But it's kind of cool if we take a look at it. It's, yeah, it affects you and allies, so it's pretty neat. Anyways, down we go. I think I gotta reload this area to get lap here. Let's do that. Yep.
Oh, I know who you are. Great to see you still in one piece. I can see why they call this the Dreg Heap at the world's end. Mangled remnants from every age and every land. It actually sort of lends credence to the old rumors that the ringed city rests below it all. Don't mind me. You needn't worry yourself with this nonsense. I just wanted to tell someone, and I'm sick of old Humpty. I should stay quiet. Wait, I'll make it up to you. By letting you in on a secret of sorts. Past here, you'll find the remains of a giant earthen tower, half submerged in a poisonous swamp. Not a very nice place to visit. Only there's precious treasure in the thick of the swamp. I didn't have any use for it, you see. So, sorry, I left the whole package behind. If I get the chance, I could go fetch it for you. But if that's too long to wait, go nab it for yourself. I know who you are. A righteous warrior. Yes? With a solemn duty to boot. Well, grab that treasure. That's as good a duty as any. Past here.
Alright. So, he said a giant earthen tower and the remains of poison. One thing interesting about this DLC is that Dark Souls 2 gets some love. In fact, as we take a little peek, no pun intended, actually pun very much intended, at this earthen tower, you will notice that on its side is, in fact, take a good look here, this is actually the remains of Earthen Peak from Dark Souls 2, which is pretty neat. We got another angel to deal with, though, so let's worry about that really quick here. I'll come back and get the items in a little bit. Now, there are a couple ways to do this. I'm going to opt for the quicker, more dangerous way. You know, I haven't actually tried shooting the thing. I don't know if that works. My guess would be probably not very well, even if it does work. Let's run for it. Okay, made it. And who have we here? That'll get rid of the angel. And work our way up here. I guess we'll just continue on this way, and I'll circle back around and grab the items. Actually, no, let's do it this way. This will be even faster. Need that. Yeah, there's another one. Let's go hit the next bonfire. Normally you would have to circle through this whole area to get to it, but if you know that little shortcut, you can just hop down here. You might imagine our first boss fight is going to be down there. We can actually summon him, which is kind of cool. I don't think I'm going to do that. I haven't summoned people for the previous boss fights, so... Okay, so let's run through now and grab all the loot. There is a particular armor set in here that I think is going to make a lot of people very happy. It was somewhat of a fan favorite from a previous game in this series. And the first piece of it is right over here. Wow, these guys are pretty beefy, aren't they? It's going to be a little bit of a different experience playing through this time, because the first playthrough of this I did was with Smo's hammer, so... Well now. So yes, it has made its triumphant, I guess, return. And we'll be getting the rest of those pieces. This is a weird one. It is a door. Kind of strange, huh? Sort of like those dudes in the crypt in Dark Souls 2. Although they were actually using this thing, I think. So yeah, apparently the L2, according to the description, basically blocks almost all damage. So that's kind of neat. Haven't had a chance to try those out yet, but the use that I'm foreseeing is you lure somebody into a room and then block them while your summon just goes to town on them. So it's sort of a ganker's weapon, I guess. over here, I think. Right? Isn't it? Oh, no, it's here. Lots of Titanite, which is good because there are quite a few new items as well. I think this is a human player because I don't remember this happening my first time through. Let's put on some different rings then. Oh, okay. I was only here for like a minute. Guess he didn't want to come looking for me. Kind of disappointing, but I don't know. I never have enjoyed like running into the enemies and then having the invader try and ambush me. I don't do that when I invade, which means I'm too honorable for my own good. Okay. Other rings back on. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Not that. So in addition to having the, like, projectile magic thing, they have a move that curses you. Not something I'm into. What was the other one I had? Cat ring. I think we're going to go kill this angel before we do anything else. This makes it much smoother. It's really hard to dodge all the attacks here, but the little serpentine maneuver does pretty well. Not perfect, though. So you'll still probably take a few hits, but it's reasonably effective. Might have to try actually fighting one of these guys for real this time, instead of just getting the plunging attack. Oh, nope, the curse thing. Am I actually staggering every hit? No, every other hit. I was saying it's going to be interesting because with Smo's hammer, like everything gets staggered in one hit, so it's a little bit different. But, I mean, as I'm sure you noticed, these guys are not that tough. That's his weapon, by the way. The L2, I believe, is that, like, slam attack that he was doing, where he repeatedly, like, slams the blade into the ground, so that's kind of cool. Oh. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's go kill that angel, then we'll come through and get all the items. I guess we'll just go this way. I'm not sure completely, like, if you can just be quiet and he won't notice you at all, or if he will automatically notice you at certain points. I think he does have, like, line of sight, so right now, obviously, his back is turned, but if he turns around, he'll probably see me. Yep. You'll notice, though, the main trick here is not to continue rolling, but to do that little zigzag thing. Alright, so we're going to want to drop down onto here. Across we go. Hello, you piece of crap.
Hey.
Cool. Don't want to drop down there. think that I can drop down here though. Let's go grab some more items. There's another NPC that we can meet here. It's a new item, actually. Similar to the Slave Knight. It's like that. So you don't quite get the Man-Thong from Dark Souls, the original, but it's closer than the, you know, like underwear, long underwear that you get in this one. My nice little... I don't really care about getting poisoned because this is Dark Souls 3 poison, which is more similar to Dark Souls 1 poison, where it ticks super, super slow, so you don't really have to be too concerned about it. Got 30 vigor, so... Okay, there are the gloves. Skirt. Another pretty nice treasure up here. I'm close enough that I can drop attack him. Ah. Yeah. Oops. I don't want my first death. I mean, ideally there'd be no deaths, but I'm not unrealistic. I'm not... Let me put it this way. My expectations are not unrealistic enough to think I'm not going to die at all. Okay. But regardless, I don't want my first death to be to one of these super easy guys. Okay, so charged R2 will stagger. No. The only thing that really is tricky about these guys is you notice a lot of their attacks have more of a delay than you might think. So they're kind of designed like that. That was a terrible roll. I still managed to get away from it. But anyways, they're sort of designed to trip you up and make you roll just a little bit early. Take the hit. Okay, so that treasure... Oh man, that Lap was talking about is actually over here. Now, there's something kind of funny with this. Unless they patched it since I last played. This guy just does not care. Thanks, buddy. So I don't really know what the deal is with that. He's just like, hey, I got the slab for you. Hope you enjoy. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, off the top of my head, I don't remember exactly how many Titanite slabs are in this. I think there were 3 in the previous DLC, so if I had to venture a guess, I would say there are probably like 5. Which is pretty good. It does kind of suck that there aren't just unlimited slabs, honestly. But I'll go ahead and hop off here. Meet our new NPC friend. Rolls. Hi there. Well, she's not too friendly. Remember when I was talking about delayed attacks? These guys are the king of delayed attacks. kings, perhaps. Anyways, Desert Pyromancer Zoey. She has some neat stuff, like that, which is new. Pretty high amount of damage. Okay, I thought I was just outside the range of that. The easiest way I found to beat her, because I beat her with a low-level character that wasn't really equipped to take her on, was you bait that attack, stay just outside the range, and then you can get some easy hits on her. She is a chugger, so you kind of got to watch out for that. There, and then I should be able to do that. And her whip does a lot of damage, actually. Remember that whips are I think the only, maybe not the only, but the distinguishing feature of whips is that you cannot parry them. Really? Can we just... Okay. How is this fair? I hope I don't take crit damage from her as I jump over or something. Maybe I can get her to run back on. I'm just afraid I'm going to try and jump over and she's going to crit me and kill me instantly. Okay, there we go. A 2-hit combo from that will kill me right now. Okay, gotcha. And that's what she gives us, is Flame Fan. Again, I haven't really had a chance to try a lot of these spells and weapons out because the characters that I've played through with have been very specialized in a way. And there's the hood. In fact, I think we'll wear that next time. I know you're all dying for me to wear that equipment. I think that is this area cleared out. And then if you didn't go around from the side there, like I did, this would be how you get down to that bonfire. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this first one. Next time we're going to be dropping down and go into our first boss fight, which is a pretty cool one. I hope you have enjoyed. See you on the next one, where the wardrobe will be changing. Till then.